What's up, guys? Wanted to make a video and show you guys some paint results I got using a Harbor Freight paint gun. Wanted to show you my experience here. Now, first off, I'll say the majority of this truck is original paint. What's been repainted is the silver along the bottom and the fender flares. The hood's been redone and the roof has been redone. So, matches up pretty good. I used all PPG paint. The little differences in the hood can't be blamed on the gun. That's all in the fact that you're putting fresh new paint on the hood, trying to match the rest of it, which has some fade to it. So right here's the gun in choice, the purple $15 Harbor Freight gun. I'm sure you've all seen it by now. And pretty much just, we got our water. It's supposed to be a little water filter on there. Not sure if it actually does anything. It's only like $1 or $2, so I figured I'd get it. And then my air regulator, which has seen better days, can barely read the numbers through it, but it still works. I did go ahead and make sure to use a different gun here for the base coats, and then this one for the clear coat. I know that's how a lot of professionals do it. Obviously they have a whole nicer gun for each, but not wanting to spend $800 on a paint gun, I figured I'll just give the $15 ones a try, and I think it came out pretty good. Alright, so now we got it out here in the light. I know it's not that bright out, but you'll get the picture. So first I'm going to start off with showing the hood. Here's kind of from a distance, you can see the shine on that is pretty comparable to on the side. A lot of gloss to it. Base coat, clear coat for everything. And now if I get up close here, and also one thing to keep in mind, this is completely fresh out of the gun. I do plan on wet sanding and buffing the hood, as there's some imperfections that I'll show you in a second. But for now, this is just completely out of the gun. So if I get up close here, you can see there's just a slight bit of orange peel. It's like kind of dirty, ignore that, but just the slightest bit of orange peel in it, and that's part of the reason I want to buff it. The main reason I'm wanting to buff it is, and I'm sure how well you could see it on the camera. So as I'm sure you could see some of these dots here and there across my hood. And the reason for that is maybe 20 minutes after I painted, it started sprinkling rain. I got it inside as fast as I could, but the rain kind of, when it landed, put a dimple in the clear. So that's the main reason I'm going to want to wet sand and buff that, because that's how I'll get rid of that imperfection. But then again, that's not a fault of the gun whatsoever. But I mean, you can see it's like kind of everywhere. This is just painted in the driveway. No fancy paint booth, no nothing black and wind. I waited till the day with the least wind I could. And maybe 65 degrees, low humidity. I'll also show up here. Now, you're seeing stuff like that is just dirt. That's not part of the paint. But if it'll focus right, you can see that has a comparable to factory shine. Little dirt there too. Truck's decently clean right now, but not completely perfect. But you get the picture on that. Silver shot, really smooth. Here, if I get up close on it with the flash on, you'll see there is a ton of flake in the paint. It all laid really smooth across the whole hood. Nothing looks odd about that. It's hard to maybe even see it on camera, but there is a lot of flake, just like factory. So there's no problem with the gun laying that down. Likewise, the silver, of course, is going to have a ton of flake in it. If I get up close to that, you'll see it better. Ton of flake through the whole thing. In person, it really pops. At the moment, the door jambs have quite a bit of dirt in there. I haven't put the weather stripping back in the bottom of the door, so all the mud and the rain and all the sleet we had the other day from the rain pretty much just goes right up in there. But I should have a good picture of what it looks like on my phone. That's painted too, and it has pretty good shine on it. Alright, so that's where I'm going to wrap up the video on how well the Harbor Freight paint gun does. I'm pretty impressed for a $15 gun. The results are honestly pretty comparable to some of the $800 guns I've seen. And if you're not going to start, if you're starting your own paint business, you know, obviously you're going to want the best of the best that's going to last years. But if you're just like me and you're just doing this in your driveway, I say it works pretty dang good.